When you become good at something, you start to get attention. Others start to look at what you've done, and they might even look up to you. When you show responsibility, you may get the opportunity to be a leader for others. These are all examples of ways that God can give you influence. And when you have influence, you have the chance to give power to others. We call that empowerment, and it's one of the most fun and important things that you can do when you're a leader. Let's check it out. Empowerment is helping others to become great leaders. And it's interesting that some of the best leaders ever have been the best at empowering others. We all like to be around others that encourage us and help us see how we can be great in areas that we've never even thought about. When we're around empowering people, we become better. So I want you to become a great leader and an influence that makes others better as well. The first way to think about empowerment is letting others help you when you have a lot to be done. Let's take a look at the acacia bullhorn tree. This acacia gives nectar and food to ants so that they'll build their home in the tree and help protect it from other insects that want to eat its leaves, bigger animals that may harm it, or even other acacia trees that try to grow and take the sunlight that it wants. Empowering others in this way means that you need to give an opportunity for others to participate in what you're doing. For the acacia tree, it gives a sweet nectar to the ants that allows them to focus their energy on protecting the acacia tree rather than hunting for other insects. But for us, that might look like giving other people the opportunity to lead, or giving them the opportunity to make decisions even if you're the leader. When Moses' father-in-law saw how Moses had so much work, he told Moses to let other people help. He told him to invite others to become judges and help solve the problems that the people were dealing with. In Exodus 18, he continued and said, anything that is too important or complicated can be brought to you, but the smaller matters, they can take care of themselves. That way, it will be easier for you because you will share the burden with them. Now, this is a type of empowerment that can be helpful to you when you have a lot to do, and it's really important to learn how to give other people opportunities to serve and participate in things that matter. But another way to look at empowerment is putting something into others that helps them to become greater. Here's an example in modern medicine. When people have a disease called diabetes, they need a special protein called insulin. At first, when this was discovered, scientists used insulin from cows or pigs to help people. But it wasn't exactly the same, and it was hard to get a lot of. But scientists figured out how to put a special code inside a tiny organism called E. coli that made it produce human insulin. These E. coli became the most effective way of producing human insulin, which was much better. The scientists empowered these E. coli to have a special ability that saved lives. You also have the opportunity to empower people to become great leaders and to achieve the things that God has made them for. And this is the heart of God, not just that you can accomplish the things that God made you for, but that you can help other people to become followers of Jesus and accomplish what God has called them to do. God is the best at empowerment because He's the one who has given us the great opportunities to love other people and to take care of people in need, and He gives us the power to do it. God could do everything Himself, but He chooses to let us be part of His beautiful plans. Do you know anyone who's sick or sad or maybe lonely? Do you think that you could encourage or empower them in some way with your influence? Timothy says that God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. God doesn't want us to live in fear. Instead, He placed in us a spirit of power and love and self-control. Think about that. There is no greater power than the Holy Spirit, and He has given the Holy Spirit to His followers. That means that when we follow God, we can become great influencers and we can help others to have the greatest power in them as well. And when we're following God, we will also understand our great purpose. We weren't made to just win medals or get straight A's or become popular. Look, there's nothing wrong with those things unless those become more important than pursuing God. The most important thing to do in our lives is to become followers of Jesus and help others to follow Jesus also. He knows the best plans for our life, and when we follow Him, we can be empowered by His Holy Spirit to do something that truly matters. Whether your influence is big or small and growing, you can empower others. You can pray for opportunities to encourage and empower others to take new responsibilities, to try things that matter, and to help them know and follow God. And if you're empowering people like that, think about what type of a team that you'll build around you. Remember, keep fueling yourself with God's love and truth.